Alright,
Hello
here
and
we
welcome
go.
back. For those of you who watched game 1 of this series, you got some extra at the end of that game because
Yeah, you did.
usually you don't get to see the little
We
interregnum
did that. No,
portion.
we did that on purpose
It was
because there
very
was
deliberate.
drama.
It was
Yeah,
very deliberate.
there
Yeah,
was
yeah.
drama, and we wanted to be in on it. You know, get
Yeah, yeah.
those drama views.
The official, I mean, we pretty much are the objective, authoritative opinion of the LD2L. So when we say, screw Kid Dynamite, I hope Gotham 2 owes him, it's official.
Wow.
Alright, game 2.
Kid Dynamite, friend of the show.
Yeah, yeah. Welcome back to the LD2L Season 12, Week 6. This is Game 2, MF Doom versus LDR. This is our live game for this week.
Yep.
Done over the GG's Backdoor Boys game, which of course, as you're no doubt aware if you've been watching at home, that's a little bit of controversy. Everybody's
Fell
gonna...
apart like an old car.
Yeah, everyone's gonna get to see on YouTube, everyone's gonna get to see Bajiji's little AFK stamp there. So shout out to Bajiji, stream mod. Honored stream mod.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Alright, there we go.
Bajiji wanted to hear your opinion on Snapfire. Commenter in the live chat. Yep.
It's good.
There you go. Immediately pulling up an Ogre Magi this time.
Yep.
Could be the 5.
10 seconds remaining.
That's what I would assume.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant
Combination Bean also wants to know what you think of Snapfire.
That's good.
There you go. Disruptor, first pick from Up Doomed. Typically LDR is going to draft the Disruptor, so it's a bit unusual. Bit of an unusual break for them. Running the Spear Breaker again. Running the Spear Breaker back.
Yeah,
Spear Breaker had a quite a positive impact on the last game, I would say, overall, so no surprise to see him again.
And the
Especially
OD's
with-
been, so.
Yep, especially with the Disruptor there as well. Spear Breaker and Disruptor can really have a lot of bad stuff. Put up a lot of bad stuff in your fight. Oh, they are bringing in the Viper. Likely going to see that on Matt.
Yep.
You see, whenever I edit a video, I have a really crappy video editor because video editors are, outside of the pirated versions, of course, are really hard to come by online nowadays. At least ones that aren't just freemium editors, anyway.
Yep.
And for whatever reason, the one I have makes things like 5 times the file size, which is not good when these videos are already like around 1 to 2 gigs as it stands. Doubles, or actually no, quintuples the file size on any finished product, no matter what I do to it. So honestly, I'm not so displeased that we're going to have the AFK stamp in. I am willing to accept that.
Yeah. And you get to hear about cool drama, so just that.
Yeah. There you go. I just hate waiting for the goddamn uploads. I got so many videos to upload, actually, because waiting on Magician to start putting his stuff up so he can finish the Magician Tournament playlist, and then we're going to have these 2 videos. So I'm going to be waiting a long time, and I don't want to make that even longer. Knocking out the Naga. Definitely not a bad idea there. Knocking out a lot of esper heroes, really.
We got one less vodcast this week, so there's that.
Yeah, that's true. It's actually 2 less than usual because we're missing the Backdoor Boys game and we're missing the
10 seconds.
GG's the 2-puck and
5 seconds.
Woodbeat
remaining.
Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Nobody, yeah. 2-puck and bye.
Yeah. So hey, gonna be an easy week for that, which is good because I've casted more Dota this week alone than I have in the entire rest of my life combined.
Well, that's life.
Manoy predicted 2-0 for LDR on that episode of BBC that I was supposed to have been on.
Wow.
I think. I mean, I don't know if a BBC episode happened. I didn't see it in promo.
Radiant team pick.
Lanaya knocking out Lanaya. Banning themselves. They will now disappear.
Certainly looking right against if you take that first game into account. It's a very strong performance.
5 seconds remaining.
You can't shout out Sweaty and Sweet Dude, but GG. Sweaty and Sweet Dude is dead and gone. Now there's only a single Blossom left in that place. Shadow Demon up here means Spirit Breaker's actually probably going to be in a core roll then, isn't he? Look at him,
think, yeah.
maybe bumping him up to
After
Matty.
Mid. Yeah, after Forgan mid Shadow Demon.
Could be, I guess. I think it's more likely they're just bumping Spirit Breaker up to Matty Boy, because that Dragonite in the last game really had nothing to say there. I mean, he just had no... It was just the tragedy of modern Dragonite. He just had no damage, had no items, had no impact, and had nothing to do there.
Right.
Just was one of the milestone markers to call out die in every team fight, unfortunately for him. Why don't I mumble's a good video editor? I can't be bothered. My ISP gets really touchy about those sorts of things, and I get some very angry emails very frequently, which is bad because we have one ISP in this area, and if I piss them off, I got dial-up and 4G, and that's the best we got.
Right. Because now he lives in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
You ever seen Courage the Cowardly Dog's House?
Darkseer.
I feel like the Darkseer Viper. It's rather nasty.
Yeah. That's actually a lot of magic damage, and unfortunately for Doomed, that means they're going to need a tanky mid, because they don't bring in a tanky mid. They're not going to have anybody for pipe. You're just going to need pipe this game. Just period.
Yep.
That's it. No last switches, no second thoughts, no questions asked. If they can't build pipe, they lose.
Right.
They either need pipe or they need to get refresher orbs for their BKBs. Or they're just not going to be winning fights at all. Shadow Demon actually in an unfortunate spot here, as nobody so far is somebody you really want to be making illusions of on either team. So he's going to be pretty much save only so far. Likely going to be, I figure, likely going to be mostly focused around Disruption Meteor Hammer combo. Neeks Assassin. Another person you really don't want to be making close of.
I think LDR is probably saving like a big punch for their Esper pick.
Likely, yeah.
Because these are 4 heroes that don't really need farm a lot.
Oh yeah, these are 4 very early game heroes. Right now, it's
so their
a very
5th hero is either going to be another super early game hero, so they can finish the game in 20 minutes, or someone who needs a lot of farm.
Yeah, you're either going to see like a PA or like anti-mage. You're not really going to see anybody in between. Fortunately for them, they banned out Juggernaut. It wouldn't be a bad idea if the idea is to go super early game. And MF Doomed also banned out Weaver, which is another pretty good super early game guy. As far as Puzzle goes.
Dire team ban. Lena.
Alright.
Got a Lena up. Looking to reverse that. Yep. Looking to reverse the old sort of magic damage idea against them here.
Yep.
I will say this much, there's a lot of good rotations. I mean, we got Spirit Breaker, there are a lot of good rotation heroes for LDR as well.
Yes.
And I feel like, generally speaking, I feel like LDR tends to have a bit better rotations than MF Doomed, generally. Slizzy and 12-year-old do a pretty good job showing up mid. Godlike Matt actually not afraid to show up mid either, which I like, if he's 3. Balladek, not so much. Balladek a little more hesitant to teleport in. So it's a hard call to know who's going to be 2 and 3 here, because
right.
Anybody can play Viper, I think. Godlike Matt would be really good on Darkseer, but you might see something good out of Balladek too. Maybe we slept on him a little bit over the course of this tournament.
Right. Definitely showed us what he can do last game.
Oh no. Oh no, NordVPN is sponsoring our chat. Not even us. I wish we could get a little bit of that money, huh?
Yeah, I want some sponsorship.
Yeah, just like the AVGN.
Radiant team ban.
Knocking out the Slark there. That Slark gave him some trouble last game. So no surprise to see him gone.
Yep.
Weird Dawnbreaker ban. Be interesting to see a 1 Dawnbreaker. Maybe they're assuming 1 breaker.
Potentially. Gonna see for
And
the esper
LDR.
pick.
It's gonna be interesting. No matter what, this is gonna have a huge impact on the game. I bet LDR is probably not happy this can't be their last, like the last pick overall.
Yeah. I mean Ursa? I don't like it that much, but
Roar!
Radiant team pick.
Nope,
Oh,
it's Fun
Life
Stealer.
Okay.
He's got some good combinations with these guys, and he's got a. He's actually, that's actually pretty big, overall. If you look at the matchups here, and
Oh,
anti-mage,
okay.
MF Doom looking to go late here. That anti-mage could be really dangerous. I'm a little surprised they actually let it through the pool.
Yeah.
Definitely means we got a Doomsday Clock between the anti-mage and the Lena. You know,
God, like Matt on Darkseer, Bolodeck on Viper.
yep, gonna be Matt in the 3 again. I would definitely say that anti-mage, you know, I don't think it would be controversial to anybody to say that anti-mage is going to outscale Lifestealer by a very considerable margin. I think even Lena, if things go well for her, is going to scale off to a fairly similar degree. So LDR definitely going to be the early game team here, for sure.
Yeah.
Once again, Vic Vaughn going to be pretty hard to catch.
I have a Life Stealer Nyx combo, so it's pretty deadly mid game.
Yep.
You know, with a Life Stealer plus a Nyx, you can pretty much take any of these people and kill them.
Right. One tragic thing would be it would be very bad for Danger Doom to be able to make a lot of Lifesteal illusions, especially armleted Lifestealer illusions.
He can make AM illusions too if he wants. If he so chooses.
Yep. Last phase there really came in clutch for Danger Doom there. I don't know. I feel like I'm sweating a little bit if I'm LDR this time. That anti-mage could really 1v5, I think, if this game goes long enough.
Yeah. The game needs to not go that long.
Not only could he 1v5, he's also in a position where I think he could he really isn't going to die early on because so much of LDR's damage is magic.
Alright, here we go.
All right. Tell you this much, it was a good turnaround situation for MF Doomed here.
Prepare for battle.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like if I'm a betting man, my money's on Doom for this lineup.
But, you know, lineups have surprised us before.
That is true. Really is just one pick to rule them all as well. Like, this MF Doom lineup would be actually kind of considerably worse if it wasn't for the fact they were able to get anti-mage in. That anti-mage is going to be so strong this game.
Yep.
It's going to really ruin them if he gets a chance to.
It's a rather easy AM game, yeah. On paper. See how it goes.
Yeah.
To battle.
Once again, Baldeck going to go mid.
Yep.
Shadow Demon going to hang out with Roche.
It's all coming together.
It's two heroes with a very important level 6 power spike against each other.
I'm
I
ecstatic.
like your moves. I like your style. Ooh, that is some hot chili you're serving up down there.
Stupid. Brave.
Not sure if they'll cancel out
The battle
each other's
begins.
6 spikes, but we'll see.
They were going to get 2 for 2 runes there, but Ogre Magi got disruptive before I
Yeah.
could do anything about it. Very sad.
True.
Or 3 for 1, but I ended up going 2 for 2 instead. Sadly, Bajuji's prediction of Jakiro carry did not come to be. Nothing else, at the very least, is going to be a tough lane for Anti-Mage to get much farm in. He's definitely going to have to retreat to the jungle early, because what are you going to do against Darkseer?
Right.
Thanks there as well to get some CC in on them. As we're getting pretty beat up here at the very beginning of the lane phase. The old fun stealer having a bit of trouble.
Yep.
Just lost over half his HP.
He's gonna get put in
Shock and
jail.
awe. We're getting pretty hammered by
That's a-
Lena.
Yeah, it's 6-2, and Viper might die here. Oh boy.
Uh oh, the creeps!
Oh yeah. All right.
Blood. It's gonna be a scorcher.
It's a
Creeps
bit
just-
of a rough start.
Creeps
Oh,
just
buddy.
Creeps just completely buried Viper there, poor guy.
Yeah, they did, and
Probably
the
gotta-
CS advantage that Lena already had is gonna grow more.
Probably would not have actually died if it wasn't for the creep wave just showing up all of a sudden. Very unfortunate for him. MF Doom in general taking pretty big advantage here early game. The very top here. You know, 2 minutes are up and they've got
Yep.
over double, I think, the cumulative last hits of LDR. Well, Spearbreaker and Shadow Demon alike, both very low here. But Shadow Demon actually rushed boots, so he's gonna
Yep.
be fine.
Tried to pull that camp out, didn't realize it's been blocked. Sad.
Disruptor is doing a great job of messing up the darks here, but unfortunately for him, Neeks is doing an equally good job of messing up the anti-mage, and that is a much larger objective for them here.
Although AM is CSing very well.
Yeah. He's CSing it very well, but he's doing it in danger. He's not going to be able to keep that up. Let's go for the bounty here. But Neeks going back with him just kind of made him turn around, come right back to line.
Yep.
My thanks.
Definitely would be good for Darks here to just get a casual cloak in this lane, I think. Would help him just
Right.
ignore Disruptor, which is something he really needs to do.
A little bit of bullying at bot lane, but that Disruptor Arena really just let AM get a few hits for free on Nyx.
Yep.
Okay. Could have been a little dangerous.
Darkseer's very low.
is-
Both people in the off lane very
Disruptor's
low.
here.
Dire's structures
Oh, dear.
are fortified.
Darkseer does, Darkseer is able to get himself out. That Neeks HP region,
Oh no.
he has so little HP.
Oh, the vision through the trees said.
Yep. Neeks kind of jostled himself to safety there. The that HP region on Neeks, it actually really comes in handy in a situation like that. That the amount of HP Neeks had regened since that little situation had started was actually enough to keep him alive. Like legitimately just that much. Because he lived with less than an auto attack. He lived with about 23 HP. That's about what he should up
So
in that time.
The Viper Lena matchup is going about as expected here. You know, 27 to 9 CS. It's
Yeah,
really
Baladak,
not it's not a matchup Viper likes at all.
It's
And Nyx get glimpsed back to Fountain. Alright.
sad. It's a matchup where it is in large part an execution thing for Viper. You can beat Lena at mid, but the problem is you have to be all about the Lena. You have to be all about the Lena, and you have to sacrifice some of your early. Like you definitely have to be getting a lot of early drops. You have to be bullying her little camps. You have to be making sure you're not more than auto attack range away from her at any given time. You definitely have to get some early boots earlier than her.
Yep.
You know, you have to put yourself into a position where you can bully Lena. If you can bully Lena, you can win very easily. She cannot stand up to you actually hitting her for very long. But if you can't, you're in a bad way. Also, I missed a kill, getting kicked off the desk.
Yeah, just kind of stun him out there.
But that Neeks has a lot of burst damage at this point in the game if you have the kind of HP bar support has.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Viper still gets the arcane rune. He's in jail though.
Might be in a little danger here. Oh boy.
Nice fine. That shadow poison does not do a great amount of damage.
Yep.
He's likely gonna have to route though. Here's just another sign he desperately needs drops. It's a big thing. Here's a hot tip for you, right? Facing Lena, get drops. Facing anti-mage, don't stun the wrong way. But Gigi wants to know what we think about VS carry, core VS.
Situational.
Here's my thoughts as a 3. I don't like it as a 3. It's not a great initiate, and it's certainly not going to be. You're not going to be able to build tanky items. Even if you do, you're still going to die pretty easily. Just very fragile. So to that end, as a 3,
little danger up here.
Yep, watching Spearbreaker just get kind of chased, run over by.
Oh boy.
Lifestealer and the Ogre, but they just don't
barely.
quite have enough. Without boots on Lifestealer, man, they just don't have enough power to chase it down.
Yep.
Lifestealer, one of the most important boots early heroes, but Esper actually going the long game here and eschewing them.
Yeah, I wanted that armor and HP regen. Better survive this lane.
So on one hand, is going to be more likely to survive. Oh, goodbye, Slizzy. Just got very casually ulted by the anti-mage there.
Oh yeah.
Kind of a late disruptor arena, unfortunately. Saves Darkseer there. Well-timed rage means that nothing's happening to Esper up at top.
Yep.
Viper, unfortunately, he hasn't really. He's a little too concerned about his mid game to even really try and compete with Lena here, unfortunately.
Yeah.
He was not willing to kind of throw away his mid for his lane phase there, which means Lena ended up walking all over him.
I lost mid rather heavily.
Yep.
And
Goodbye,
Darkseer
Darkseer.
gets once back to spawn. Alright.
Funnily enough, I was
2 for 2.
looking at Viper the moment that happened, so I got to see Darkseer show up.
I have a Mana Void to play with down here, which is deadlier than it usually would be against these two guys.
Yeah. One notable thing, it's 10 minutes. They actually already have a 2k gold advantage in favor of the in favor of MF2. Well, it's not 10 minutes
Yeah,
yet. It's 9 minutes, but
It's mostly on the backs of Lena
and
AM.
anti-mage, yeah.
Yeah, Lena's had a monstrous mid, and then AM as well. Is that a pretty easy lane?
Viper's definitely going to be able to contribute in the mid game at the very least. There's that for him. A lot of these guys are going to mate a cardboard, are going to kind of get eaten by him, but yep, Ogre just getting chased down here. Actually, looking fairly dead at the moment.
Yeah, he's not gonna survive that.
Very low.
Maybe.
No,
Oh, the poison.
one well used shadow poison is enough to finish the job. And then Esperaffi laughs.
Dire's middle tower
Of
is
course.
under attack.
It's
Baldeck has shown up here, very casually, just strolled into lane. Doesn't even start with a Q, he just starts auto-attacking normally.
that ult off on the SD.
Invisibility.
Yep.
He has a disruption, so he's probably gonna wait until he's as far away as possible. Or just not use it at
yeah.
all and flex on him. Alright.
Was not actually in much danger there without Viper. If Viper actually had come in with Orb on,
The
that probably
Darkseer
would've
is in
killed.
a bit of
Pain.
danger there, yep.
Gets knocked over by the anti-mage. A decent wall, but really just of no consequence as far as saving his life goes.
Yep, that Disruptor Arena. Rather hard to counterplay that.
Yep. It's a lot of hits from anti-mage for a target that ended up being 5 gold. So now we have officially passed 10 minutes, and what do you know? 2K net worth advantage for the for MF Doomed
Yep.
here. Also, 4 level advantage.
Says 67% win probability, so there's
Yep.
that.
Looking at getting the SB up here, but I don't think they can actually get him. Lifesteal actually still doesn't have boots. It doesn't matter what they have. Lena's here.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that's trouble.
But Spearbreaker is going to throw his life away trying to get Lifestealer, and it does not work. He's too tanky for that.
Disruptor's here, that's a little troublesome.
You're already dead from the
But then Esper survives, so
Yep.
I'm sure they're not as unhappy with that as they could be.
Survives and picks up Armlet in the wake of it.
Radiant's top tower is
Yep.
under attack.
And a Tumbler's Toy. Wow.
Great.
Viper going down bot to Astle Anti-Mage. Of course, as you might imagine, that doesn't really accomplish terribly much.
Structures are
No.
fortified.
So that's a run back mid. And, okay. I really thought I was just about to get glimpsed back to bot.
It was just a
Godlike
wolf
Matt's in a
one.
bit of trouble here, again. Oh god.
Just came back in time to see him get mana voided and just pop from like half health.
Yeah, he got
That anti-mage,
shadowed being
man.
ulted.
Dire's middle
Oh,
tower
and then Baladak just randomly dies in mid too. This anti-mage, man, this guy has been such a problem for them
My
here.
thanks to thee.
Yeah.
I'm a little, to be honest with you, a little surprised he even ever got through. It looked like a great AM game on paper. For some reason, instead they banned the Dawnbreaker out, which I'm still kind of wondering why. Must have been thinking for a while it was one SB, but that
SB?
does not seem
Yeah.
like a great.
SB Dawnbreaker is a good combo, so there's that. It's like one of the easier Dawnbreaker combos.
Lifestealer almost getting knocked out there up at top, not quite finishing the job.
Yep.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
This is a bad sign when the better late game team wins early.
Yeah, wins early by a fairly commanding margin. You know,
Yeah.
you remember 1 minute ago when there was a 2K net worth advantage for MF Doom, and now it's 4K.
I do remember.
4K net worth advantage. AM at the top of the
Disruptor's
charts.
in a bit of trouble here.
Disruptor just very casually picked, but that's all
Is
they
that
can
it
really
was-
get.
Yep, AM's just gonna
Yep.
exit
AM
the scene.
Dire's top
AM
tower
got your
is
very
under
favorite
attack.
T1 jungle item and finished a Battle Fury to boot, so he's going to be aces for a long time. It's got to be honest, even this early, it's a little hard to see a path for LDR, unfortunately for them.
Dire's top tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Gonna poke at the bot T1. No. That's a lot of response.
Yeah. Casual Disruptor ult here. Just forces him to walk
That's glimpse
away.
to play with, so at
That's
least one
glimpse to play
person will be
with.
in a very bad position.
Anti-Mage just charging in.
Oh boy.
Mana Void's Ogre, but he's actually still pretty much full on mana, so it
dead.
doesn't do much. Lena is able to finish the job, though.
Oh, good LSA.
LSA just very casually knocks over the,
Oh,
very
my
casually knocking
lord.
over Viper.
Radiant's bottom
Actually
tower
does get a
is under
post-mortem
attack.
kill on Lena, but post-mortem is never as ideal as just getting the kill.
Yeah, I'm happy with that if I'm Dragon.
Lifestealer walking through here, looking for the Disruptor. Not
Ooh,
finding him very
really?
well, though. Oh, nope, they spotted him out.
they'll
He's
get him.
super dead.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Bit of a back and forth there, ultimately slightly in the favor of LDR, but it's hard to call that much of a win when Anti-Mage not only didn't die, but was present for some of that kill.
Yeah, you have to kill him, or it's not. I mean, killing me is
Feasible.
also worth it. So
Killing Lena is good. The problem is nobody actually ended up getting the XP for that because the one person who was around was dead.
and we'll just farm up a bit of stacks here.
Yep, he's even getting the stacks, ladies and gentlemen. Randy, you're a doctor, right?
Yes.
Well, what do you do if you're LDR here? How do you stop this? You can say kill anti-mage. How do you kill anti-mage? How do you get into a position to do that?
Catch him in a bad spot, I suppose. And the Nyx Lifestealer combo also helps with that.
Right, they're definitely going to have either have the Nyx Lifestealer on the anti-mage and have it be unexpected. For sure. Viper just going to get destroyed here. Again, early
Okay, good vacuum.
early mana void again, unfortunately, for anti-mage, but... This is really bad. It is 16 minutes, and anti-mage and Lena are already just walking around and killing people casually, like it's like 40.
SB got vacked out of a charge.
Sad.
Oh.
Thank you for the tips! Hard.
You're welcome.
Everybody's contributing to the Balladeck retirement fund this game.
Yeah, that's true. Take down the Disruptor down here. Get a little extra money on Esper.
I will tell you this. I hate to talk like this game is already over, but if I would have done it, I definitely would have held in the Viper pick for a while. It's not great to pick him with 2 more slots left on the enemy side. They actually could have got him later. Tried to jump on the Nyx there. Nyx actually ended up turning it around. Ogre Magi now. With the Nyx looking back on the Spirit Breaker. But unfortunately, Shadow Demon's here. Shadow Demon's here, but does not stop the magic there.
Yep.
Might kill Sliz. Nyx is kind of low.
So, okay. If he gets glimpsed, then here comes.
Oh no!
Good timing.
Completely nullifies a Lena ult. Shadow Demon going down to the wake. Lena going down to the wake. Maybe. Oh no, Lifestealer just can't catch her. He actually has to turn around.
It's rather sick. Carapace.
Yeah, it's a very good Carapace there.
Cancels a lot out. Actually, it was more than even just a Lena ult.
Right. But even if it was just a Lena ult, it would still be a very good Carapace.
Yep.
But GG says this GG. It was a good situation there for LDR at the very least, being able to take not much casualties.
Right.
Lifestealer are going to fight the anti-mage here. Anti-mage actually getting pretty knocked down by him.
Yeah, they've had a rather good couple minutes here.
Had a surprisingly good report against anti-mage there. Not what you would expect to see at this point, though. I guess, in fairness, Lifestealer does have an armlet and most of a Deso already, while anti-mage has just kind of farms.
Yeah.
It's a lot of XP. There's definitely going to be a point in this game, unfortunately, for Lifestealer. Lifestealer is just not going to be able to do anything to anti-mage.
Right.
Still being able to turn it around that casually does prove that anti-mage is immortal, which is something that I think that is something that I think LDR kind of needs right now.
Yep.
Getting close to finishing Manta as well.
They're just gonna hover around each other at the top lane here.
Yep. Meanwhile, Souls are gonna hover around some of the supports down here at bot. Lena chasing Viper through the jungle. Or Viper feels like all Viper can ever do is just run for his life. Down he goes. Yep, Slizzy walked under a sentry there and just got caught and getting pounded on.
Okay, good carapace, good stun.
Yeah, gets 3 on the stun. No, he ain't going nowhere. Right in the middle of that, down he goes. Ouch.
Such good timing from both players there, actually.
Yeah, that was very good. Both Tristero and both the supports on Neptune, both Tristero and Danger Doom actually showing very good there. Tristero, Danger Doom, 2 people who have had a very sort of, you know...
Your charge god like mad, he's probably dead. Yeah.
Yep, goodbye.
Super dead.
Both people who have had kind of a low-key season so far, but it's been a very good set of games for Danger Doom, in particular. Yep. Had a lot of impact in the SB game, even if he didn't ultimately win. And, yep, Ogre dead. Having a pretty good rapport of himself this game.
Esper.
Esper just got wiped out the face of the world by Lena alone. She did have DD, but ouch.
Yep.
Ouch, ouch, ouch.
Okay.
That net worth advantage is growing and growing. They're going to take out the Spirit Breaker. Enemy just forced it back here.
What happened to the Viper Strike? Alright, whatever.
I don't know, might have been disjointed. I'm pretty sure you can destroy Viper Strike.
That seems weird.
It's very annoying. That's the case. I'm not 100% certain, but I think it's the case.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Bajiji showing us all the purple heart. Apparently Bajiji was wounded in combat. So shoutouts to Bajiji, performing a very admirable turn of service.
Ah.
Anti-mage with the Manta completed. Has a lot of gold he's sitting on, actually.
Money to burn.
As
Brad probably
Ogre
was
Magi.
considering what to do next.
Yeah, he could. I think he could actually just go right into Satanic. I think if he gets Satanic in good time, I think they just win.
Might also consider like a Scotty or something.
Yep. Weighing his options here. Ultimately
They
goes
have a
with
life
Scotty. He's listening to you.
stealers. Yep. They have a life stealer inside the Nyx right now.
I see in the Nyx. They're looking for, they're not gonna find it. They probably want to see. Looks like they're gonna run into the Spirit Breaker here. But let's just be frank. Not exactly the. No, he's just getting out of dodge. Nyx came up on the sentry there.
Yeah, he did.
They had to pop for the disruptor there. Tristero ate the kill.
Yep, that's what you do as a support.
Danger Doom, unfortunately, also gonna eat
you
it.
absolutely take the heat for your AM.
Likely he could not have avoided that. Likely just traded their own lives there. Unfortunate situation, but
better than losing your AM.
Yep. Very good retreat. It definitely shows good vision up with MF Doomed here. Sport's doing a good job keeping the place lit up like a birthday cake. Not to say there's no vision at all from the Dire, but it seems like most of the Dire's vision is rather defensive, whereas Doomed has some very good vision up both sides of the map. I think a lot of that is just from the kind of space that Spirit Breaker is able to buy, and a lot of that is just
T2.
Just from Vibrant having not been able to do much here.
Coming in.
Esper's getting beat up by the
community.
Good wall, but Anti-Mage doesn't actually go through the wall there. Darkseer goes down as a result. Nobody can do anything to Anti-Mage, but he's in that break. Esper actually able to get a good turn on the Lena there. It gets tipped.
They don't know where Disruptor is. Okay, yeah they do.
It'd be funny if he ended up ultimately killing Lifestealer, but it wasn't very realistic.
Yeah.
Good fight. Good fight
at the wrong time or something.
Very good fight there for LDR. That was everything they needed to have basically, except a kill on Anti-Mage.
Yeah, it wasn't everything, but yeah.
Kill on Lena in a very good situation. Made her look a little obsolete. We're able to frame a fight where Anti-Mage was just going to have to sit in the Viper Gear the whole time.
Yep.
Anti-Mage likely just going to... Well, he will not really be caring so much about that anymore once he finishes Scotty, though, with the additional HP and strength.
Right.
Combination Beam wants to know which military that Bajiji was in. Let me think. What military was Bajiji in? I'm thinking. Well, it has to be the American military because only we do Purple Hearts. So somewhere in the American military, I'm going to say that Bajiji slipped off the end of a dock. No, somebody told Bajiji to take a long walk off a short pier, and Bajiji did, and Bajiji is a member of the Coast Guard. There you go.
Wow. They see Veladek. Oh no.
Oh, that's super screwed. Out of mana, out of life.
Oh,
Oh, the Viper's or the Lifestealer saved.
That is rather sick.
Yep. A Lifestealer save is deceptively good. It is like you get so much HP just jumping in on somebody. It can really save a life. Saved all deck there. All deck
Yeah.
going straight for that BKB. Fortunately, even with the
Oh
BKB.
no. That said, probably might have gotten a good go on anti-mage there, but Tricero just comes in and places the sentry down.
Yep. So got enough to finish the Scotty out. He just needs to get to a secret shop or get his courier to one.
I'd say Tricero's taken about 4 deaths that could have been anti-mage in this game, so
Right.
that's what you want from your support.
Lifestealer did finish up a Basher. The Deso and Basher combo is going to mean that anti-mage, who to this point lacking to some degree in HP, is going to be kind of getting cut by him if he can't.
Next Lifestealer bomb coming up.
Spirit Breaker just got completely trashed out there.
Yep.
A failed charge for sure. Anti-mage actually very bravely going in. Just reflected some Ogre Magi stuff.
Yep.
Wall down on pretty much just Lina and Shadow Demon. MF doomed straight retreating here.
Oh yeah.
Shadow Demon just
And
trying to
we'll get
TP but get completely destroyed. Things are starting to turn around for MF Doomed a little bit. They have they've clawed a lot of this gold advantage back into their own pockets. They've gotten Lina down to the point where at this point she's basically not going to be able to fight anymore until she gets BKB. And right now that's not even in the cards for her. She's not even looking at that. So
right.
They have managed to write off to a large degree the big victory that Lina had at mid over Viper. And Viper has started to claw his way back into relevance to some degree, but this kind of sucks for Esper.
Yeah, it does a little.
I'm gonna get the kill though. Anti-Mage not quite so confident. He's just gonna get the job done there.
Yeah.
Esper just TP's bot. Just going to the lane there.
Yep.
Quickening charm on the Darkseer there. That could be very interesting on a lot of the people on the LDR lineup. Though the Paladin Sword could be equally interesting on the Radiant here. Got a few people who can really use that, I think. Particularly Lina is sitting on an Essence Ring right now. Finish Shadow Blade on the Lina. With the vision advantage MF Doomed has right now, that Shadow Blade is going to get them quite a decent showing here. Anti-Mage just finished the Scotty. He's actually just looking hungrily at the Lifestealer now. Can't hit him.
Yeah, he missed.
With that the Blast Rig on Lifestealer there really screwed him up.
They have a lot of response too. Like every time Esper gets gone on, you see 4 people instantly just kind of congregate around him.
Yeah.
You have a little bit of a go on
Anti-Mage
AM here.
Very.
Oh no!
Very screwed up here. He's able
Disruptor
to TP. He's able to blink out.
Disruptor again.
Super low.
How many times does Disruptor build out his carry?
Anti-Mage actually still hanging around this fight, trying to see if maybe he can get something done for it, but ultimately he just says, nope, I'm out of here.
Yep.
Shadow Demon better be running for behind these trees, yep.
This kind of
Anti-Mage,
selfless support play is actually really impressive to me. Like, that's so many times. Almost every fight in this game, Disruptor has pretty much solo saved AM, or taken a gank for AM, or taken some kind of heat for AM. And, you know, AM has not died at all in this game.
Yep. AM has not died, but AM easily could have.
Yeah.
Like the ult there on the Neeks. Matty Boy wanted to just be present so he could at least say he helped, but unfortunately he could not quite get there in time.
Yep.
Matty Boy actually has not finished leveling Bulldoze at this point, which I think is actually the source of a lot of his problems.
Speaking of problems, okay, now
Well, not
he's got
so
the
many
end this away.
problems. Yep. We get one thing that's going to be good for MF Dooms. They're going to have two different Silver Edges likely on both Spirit Breaker and Lena, and that's going to make life really suck for Lifestealer, who is super dependent on passes. And I don't believe you can Magic Immunity off the break if it hits you. I don't believe it can be purged. Viper really wanted to make a showing of himself there. Viper's actually clawed his way back up to positive KDA. You notice. First Silver Edge up on Lena. Viper's actually crawled back out to positive KDA and is actually not that far off from what Lena's got going on.
Yep.
More deaths, but most of those are very early on, very low value deaths. Whereas Lena, her deaths come at a much more vulnerable sort of time.
Right.
Nate's looking at Spirit Breaker. Can't quite decide who he wants. Yep.
I'm sure, but...
Doom is kind of convalescing around Lena here, though.
Yeah.
Anti-Mage actually poking high ground right now.
Yeah, he certainly is. They need to respond to this.
They got a glyph. Got an offensive glyph in response.
They're not going to respond to this, it seems. They want the T2 first.
Nix is going to, at least.
There we go. Yep.
I missed Meteor Hammer, actually.
Okay.
Great wall! Everybody in the wall. Spirit Breaker just very casually eating it. Shadow Demon following. Unfortunately for LDR, though, they don't really have any way to catch Anti-Mage, even at this point.
Yep.
The moment things started going a little bad for Anti-Mage, he was just right out of town, and
oh yeah.
Still have no even vague idea where he really is.
Tis mine.
Maybe Atos on Viper is the right medicine? Not sure, because he can just manta it off.
Right.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
I think more like a sheep stick would be the best solution here.
Right. And hope it doesn't get counterspelled. That would be very sad.
Yeah, I hope you don't hex yourself.
Darkseer, normal punch and Anti-Mage.
Yeah.
Anti-Mage Mantis to kill it. Really showing him whose solutions are better. He's actually stuck around quite a while to do that.
They have a... Oh dear.
Though not quite long enough.
Beledek is dangerously close to him.
Broke him, but wasn't able to do more than that. He's going to jail. Disruptor ult here in the middle of this.
Good arena.
Spirit Breaker charges right into
oh
the
my god,
back.
the vacuum.
Very good back. This is starting to kind of look like an uh-oh moment for MF Doom. They really need to right the course here, or else even with that massive advantage they have from having Anti-Mage, Lifestealer is still going to be able to knock this all over.
They have the short on Viper too.
Got buybacks coming. They do not want to fight under the buybacks.
Yeah, and they saw AM disappear off the map as well.
Suzy is just going to eat it.
Oh boy. This one could go either way.
Yeah. Though I will say, oh yeah, DD on him. It's not great. Not great to see. Everyone's picking him.
Yeah.
Actually going into Roche here.
Yep, certainly.
They are doing that under MF Doom vision. Or not under MF Doom vision. They're doing it under LDR vision here.
Yep.
It doesn't really matter as Anti-Mage is doing so much damage to Roche. He's got his butterfly. Actually finished it in the middle of that last madness. Casual Aegis on the Lena there. It's probably good because Lena is immortal and they need that to not be the case.
Yep.
This is kind of looking. This uh-oh moment for MF Doom has turned into an up-oh moment for LDR. Because now they desperately have to ask the question, hey, how do we kill Anti-Mage? How do we kill Anti-Mage when Lena has 2 lives and he's got a butterfly? When he
Kill
can just
everyone else, I
kill,
suppose.
when he can just kill your T2 with illusions.
The
How do
answer
you even
before
catch
was kill
anti-mage?
everyone else, so kill everyone else.
Well, like I said, Lane had 2 lives now. It's gonna be a lot harder.
Yep.
This tower is missing. Got knocked down some point when I wasn't watching.
Wait out the Aegis and then kill everyone else.
It's like we're ignoring the wait out the Aegis part here as
Slizzy ain't waiting anything out.
Anti-mage actually waiting for the meteor to go down there. Neeks is very screwed. Which is bad. Slizzy's probably had one of the higher game impacts of anybody on LDR this game so far, though. He's gonna have a chance to buy back if he wants.
Yep.
Anti-mage
They did kill SD under buyback, so. We'll be gone for a while.
Anti-mage is gonna casually take these racks. They actually can't kill him in time. Especially if they're under the disruptor ult. Spearbreaker charging in to buy some space.
Okay. Viper does a lot of damage.
So does Lifestealer. Lena actually just completely demolished her twice over in mere seconds. That's not good.
Yep. Kill everyone else.
They didn't kill
AM
everyone
can't
else.
do
but
anything if they kill everyone else. He just has to leave.
Unfortunately for them, they did not. Lena actually died so fast. She actually died with BKB still available, which is why you don't always save it for your second. What do you mean Witchbane dropped here? Oh, goodbye, Baladak. She gets very casually eaten in response.
Rather unfortunate.
Isn't it magical, Papa?
It's pretty magical.
Is that there, Witchbane? I can teleport it to neutral stash. Okay, that is there, Witchbane. Okay.
I'm gonna take the Rex here.
Actually gonna take
Likely.
mid while Anti-Mage is out.
It is back. Oh no!
Oh, getting Lifestealer. Almost kill Lifestealer.
Nixon.
Barely jumps into Neeks on the way out.
Find peace, thou monster.
Oh boy.
That was definitely worthwhile for LDR. They took the range Rex, only lost their 5. Well, like
Yeah, if you don't
they
have
did it with
Viper, yeah.
4 too, because Viper was not there.
Yep.
Uh oh, but
They
Slizzy's
see him.
under wards there. Lifestealer comes
Oh,
out,
no.
just completely demolishes Matty, but
This is trouble.
will not be quite so
Okay.
lucky getting
Back.
away with the Lifestealer ult this time. He's down 100 seconds, going to need to buy back effectively. Anti-Mage just can't hit anybody, dude.
Yeah.
He's just missing everything he's doing. Not really sure all the miss chance is coming from on AM because the Blaster was not still affecting him. Unless the Blaster's even still in the field. Guess not. Anti-Mage is going to eat Beladek. Poor guy.
That's sad.
He works so hard to get back into positive KDA, and he's still just completely ridden out of the game.
Yeah.
LDR, Lifestealer not actually buying here. Yeah, very
Yeah,
casually
that's
just
true.
taking out the taking out Slizzy there. I believe that's his dieback. This is what they in the business call over, I think. Anti-Major's gonna go for Megas here. They glyphed just in time for it to not work.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
There goes Ogre.
Oh boy. Sad.
Big Von Godlike. Ogre's back though. I don't know what he expects to do without anybody around. And yep, that's Megas.
Dire's top barracks has fallen.
Alright, there you go.
Now have mega crews.
Oof. Anti-Mage in the wall again. Lots of fake Anti-Mages doing a lot of damage here. Shadow Demon trying to delay gain on the Lena death. Give her a chance to BKB, and she's out of there as a result. Lifestealer
Oh, boy.
desperately looking for her, but what the hell is he going to do at this point? Answer, not much. Mega Creep's starting to barrel in. All lanes.
Yep.
The only wreck they have down is mid-ranged.
Alright, it's America's favorite home game. Mega
The
Creep's
game-
defense.
The game is over, yet we must defend. Aesthetic. I always say that. Aesthetics cap. It's very aesthetic. Combination Beam was calling the massive suction! So there you go. Shouts to Combination Beam.
Wow.
We're not going to be seeing live this week.
That's
Shame,
true.
shame for the large contingent of Combination Beam fans in the audience. Actually has an underground fan club, you know that?
That's true.
Getting DM'd by somebody on Discord. I hope that's our third commentator so I can give him the business.
Yeah. Okay, a little bit of a go here.
Andy Mage just eaten.
Oh, no.
Darkseer just completely wrote him out of the fight. He's not dead, but he has no
he's
mana.
still alive.
Sliz has no life, nor does Spirit Breaker. Please
that's
don't take that out of
That's
context.
a pretty mean thing to say.
Thy life's weight.
Andy Mage starts beating up Lifestealer and says, "Wait a minute, maybe this is not such a great idea." Just backs out immediately. In the late game on the lane of death, actually does go through this time. Balladek eating in the background. Viper buys back. LDR is so desperate to try and hang on to this pretty hopeless game. Andy Mage just completely routes out. That's it for that push. Gonna likely force him to take Roche here. It shouldn't be too much of an issue though. There's gonna be a little while before he comes up, maybe a couple minutes. Anti-Mage looking to kill a courier here.
Dire's courier
Oh,
has
gets
been killed.
gets a courier 1 moment after it finishes delivering the Abyssal Blade.
Not what I
Nice.
expected.
Combination being yelling at Lifestealer for not buying there.
Huh.
Really confident in their ability to defend against Mega Creeps. I'm not really sure why, to be honest with you. They don't have a great lineup to do that. Anti-Mage actually got his shard at some point during this.
Yes, he did.
It's gonna give him a lot of ability to stand up here. Basically, the only person on that whole lineup who's gonna be doing majority fizz damage is Darkseer when his wall is up and Lifestealer. So having that casual magic resistance plus a better counter spell, it's gonna do a lot here.
Yep,
Horse coming up in 2 minutes.
indeed.
Okay, it's nobody important DMing me, got it.
Wow, really
Rather,
roasted
rather.
whoever damned you.
There's some guy in a public server added me for no reason.
Oh, okay.
Invisibility.
Anti-Mage is invis. He also ate the Moonshard during that time. He's actually going travels here.
Yep.
Kind of weird. I don't know why. I
Dire
don't know why
are scanning.
exactly. It feels like the power treads are still going to be giving him a little more service, because he just wants to have the rat potential there. Not a bad idea with the Megas up. Balladek once again.
Yeah.
In as bad of a state as a man can be.
Good
Though-
next son, good
Yep.
Darkseer ult.
Great Darkseer ult there. Just shredding basically everybody. Dies for it.
Dam's
Oh,
dead.
Anti-Mage is dead! Godlike is over. But it's hard to say that's much of a victory when immediately Lifestealer dies.
They're really, they can't push into them, even with Megas.
Yeah, the only problem is that LDR also has no ability whatsoever to push out.
Yeah, not yet.
I would say a not
Couple
ever.
more fights like that happen. never know.
Even if they get like $1 million, they're going to need to bring Necronomicon back into the game if they want to be able to actually push out against Megas without losing their own
get
base
to
in
60
the time.
minutes and then get the Book of the Dead.
Yeah.
A gift from the Tempest of Battle.
Combination being a lot of caps locks in chat right now. Big hype into this game.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Animate's just
It's always
still on the
fun
ground
when the team that's mega is winning fights.
Yeah. Unfortunately, as mentioned, everybody's just having to stay in base here to defend.
It's kind of the nature of a megas game, you know. That like EG versus E home game a couple years ago was a good example. You know, you win a fight and then you just kind of defend until you can win the next fight.
Unfortunately, that fight is going to be a lot harder to win. Aegis down, and we have the shard as well, which Shadow Demon very hungrily jumping on here. It's going to give him 3 charges of his ult. 3 charges of his ult he can use on Frenzy. He didn't actually pop it himself. Who did? Is that Spearbreaker, maybe? Let's see, who has shards?
Actually, yeah. SB has one.
Could be Disruptor as well, because Disruptor also... But Disruptor had that in the last fight. Yeah, I think he gave it to SB.
Yep.
I don't know if that's the way I would have gone with, to be honest with you. 3 charges of super heals for your teammates. You cannot get, you cannot overlook that. Super heals and constant dispel, so that's knocking off a lot of the stuns they got going on too.
Yep.
Definitely, even if he doesn't want to get it off Orochi, should get it at some point, for sure. They're nothing without anti-mage, says Bajichi. That's not very nice.
Wow.
And you were calling me rude earlier.
Yeah.
Monkey God. Wonder what Gabe says about the win chances here. 93 for
It says yeah, 93-7.
What does this mean for the ladder if these guys 1-1? Does that mean neither team is applicable to go forward?
I think both can if very specific scenarios happen.
Yeah. They're both eligible for tiebreaker basically, but that's basically the ceiling for both the teams. If MF Doom had gotten 0-2 here, they would have been mathematically completely out. They would have had no path back. At this point, the best they can do is tiebreaker. LDR also needed to 2-0 here to get a guaranteed slot on. I believe them getting 1-1 also means they get tiebreaker. Basically, there is going to be a tie here, almost invariably. There's going to be a tiebreaker round because so many of the teams are so close to each other. LDR is basically a lock for tiebreaker, but that's the best they're doing, especially if they get the off next week. Spearbreaker actually getting pipe.
Yeah, they could get Spirit next week.
Spearbreaker getting the pipe is very good for him here. It's actually going to let them stand up because even at this point, there's still a very large amount of magic damage coming in. Though some Fizz would have been a little better at this point. Just something to get rid of the Life Stealer. I have Halberd for him, but it doesn't seem to be landing on him most fights. We're gonna
go to the base here.
Casually taking out the Nyx here, but they don't get him. Instead, they just lose Spearbreaker for nothing.
Okay. Not a great start.
Yep. Rest of MF Doom actually team jungling. They do not want to do anything about this push right now.
Yep.
Lena actually more than willing to wait out her own Aegis, so she's kind of running out of time on it. Wants to finish Satanic before she fights, it seems, but I don't think she's going to have Satanic up before the Aegis pops.
Am. I think he's fine. Ooh, maybe not if that happens. Okay.
Yeah, the Manta actually displaced him into the Meteor Hammer stun there.
Still running
Enemy
after
just
him.
pull him out of base there. He also did
Yeah.
just completely waste Lifestealer's entire
Ooh,
entire time.
he has an. He has
Oh
an
man,
ice.
that was a great idea. Just
Uh,
didn't quite work out for him there. Actually, Anti-Mage
oh.
gonna die for that maybe? Nope.
Lena perhaps not as lucky.
No, nobody's gonna die for this. But again, nothing done.
Danger
Oh.
Doom. Oh,
Well,
okay.
this has
Really
to happen in
missed.
every game at least once. Here
Always
it comes,
fun.
DC.
Oh, nice. I'll let you know if you miss anything.
Everybody gets to see the lobby chat for 1 second. Totally doxed.
Well, they killed Ogre. So if you're an Ogre Magi fan,
Bad news.
yeah.
Looks like they're really hungry for Nyx here as well. They don't have
Dire's
any
middle
detection
tower
for
is
him.
under attack.
Especially Nyx
Yep.
just zooming off like that.
Dire's courier
Oh,
has
sad.
been
Rook
killed.
like Matt's courier. He will not be getting his whatever he was pulling out of secret shot
Refresh
today.
orb.
Yeah, probably. Yep, there goes Aegis. Just popped casually. Just completely waited it out. I'm gonna get the Satanic at that time.
Ogre has
No.
buyback.
Ogre has
Yeah,
bought
use
back,
it.
in fact.
It's a big fight. Feel the tension here.
Looks like they're more just trying to buy room to do damage to the T4 with anti-mage illusions here.
Yep.
This is so sad. It's like LDR is trying so hard to not lose here. Problem is, I don't think it matters how many fights they win. I think they just can't push out, like no matter what, basically. Unless MF Doom gets so impatient, they buy back for an offensive push and then just die on the wake, which is possible.
Yep.
Even though they still have to be very careful of finishing.
Impatience has undone teams in the past.
That's true, yeah.
Playing this very patiently so far.
Do not want to step out until they're 4 against 6 slotted. Anti-Mage also going for Ag's Blessing here. Must have been listening because he stopped going for travels and started going for that instead.
Right.
Illusion.
Poor Spirit Breaker, man, has had no impact on this game. It's got some kind of depressing net worth too.
Esper.
Seems a bit of a miscommunication there. Do we have Ags on Disruptor? No, we don't, but it doesn't matter. Goodbye,
that's not
Esper.
good.
Immediate buyback, literally frames. Anti-Mage beat
Am has no
himself up.
mana.
Slizzy also
I mean,
going
it
down.
necessarily matters that much, but
No buyback on him.
really all that is accomplished there is the next dying.
Yep. The next dying and the next buyback.
Yep.
Ogre stuns himself. Actually, a
Poor
lot
SP.
of things bounce off that Lotus Orb. Ogre is dead.
Yep.
No buyback. Spearbreaker is buying back. Stera very casually
Same
going
on Lena,
down.
but it's
So
not
is
gonna
Lena.
matter. Oh boy, they still can't push in.
Yep. Great.
Tis mine.
Ah, it's okay. I clear my schedule tonight.
Haste.
Anti-Mage got the Ag's Blessing. Nick's getting pretty
Super
beat
going
up
on
here.
Esper here.
Dire's middle tower.
Oh
I
no.
like Matt in with a response, but
Okay.
Anti-Mage immediately
Damn,
pushing
got
out.
Yep.
They have so much resistance to Magic Break at this point. It seems like Anti-Mage through the Darkseer wall is actually losing more mana out every fight than he's actually knocking off of anybody else with his illusions or anything.
Yeah.
I can tell you exactly why that is. I guess a large part of it is the Greaves that Darkseer has. Just immediately
Yep.
popping the mana back in.
Right.
Darkseer just continually using these anti-mage illusions. It seems to last an hour and a half to try and keep pushing out here. 53 seconds till Roche is back up. I believe this Roche is going to have Ags in it. So,
Yep.
unfortunately, well, they do have 2 without Ags. Actually, Disruptor Ags will do a lot here. Being able to mute the,
I got a Lincoln's up on Viper.
yep, being able to mute BKB there will be very
Dire's
good.
courier has been killed.
Being able to get Magic Immunity Pierce on Charge of Darkness is good. Getting able to kill a guy like Matt's Courier again would be good.
He
Poor
wants his
guy.
refresher so bad.
You're literally just gonna stand in the Roche pit until it's up. Dire scanning the Roche pit. Doesn't really matter that they're doing that because they absolutely can't push out. Taro actually farming in the jungle. He's actually going to try and buy Ags himself, I think. Maybe? No, I think he's going for Octarine, actually.
Yep.
Viper got a gem. Durvorgan paying for Roche. But Gigi wants to see rapiers.
Yeah, maybe. We're getting to that around that time.
Yep. Lifestealer not interested in it. He's probably the only person who should consider it. And like the whole lobby, so probably not going to see them ultimately.
Roshan has fallen.
Wow, that's a lot of gold AM sitting on.
Immortality.
You could do that if he wants to throw the game, yeah.
Yeah.
If he wants to give LDR an actual path to turning around after a fight, that would be a great way to do it. Spearbreaker is so poor, he still hasn't actually finished Silver Edge yet.
Sad. Not even looking at it. He's gonna get eggs.
It would certainly be a good idea here. Being able to break passes would be very good for them. Another source of that.
Yeah. Playing the long game with those illusions.
Yep.
Oh. A lot of patience here.
Yep. Lifestealer beat Lifestealer. Literally just getting scratches at a time on the T-Force here.
Yep. For want of a treant.
Yeah.
Strategy would completely crumble if they had a tree.
Yeah. Ogre Magi blasts himself with Ignite set.
Yeah, we're about to get 60-minute jungle items.
It's true. Unfortunately, the Dire probably aren't going to get any of their 60-minute jungle items. I'd be very surprised they were able to actually go and get any camps in these conditions.
Sure, LS can.
He can, but it's a
That's about it.
super risky proposition.
Muddy to burn.
Spearbreaker finds a Book of the Dead, which is something they really want right now. Shadow Demon immediately picks that up.
Yep.
Stygian Desolator. Lena immediately
Always.
picks that up. Actually, still, with the Satanic there, the quick buy, but hasn't actually even gotten a part of it yet.
Go on this.
Tower can't stand
Yeah,
up.
this
Look at
is
that.
fair.
Lifestealer is in a very bad way here. Lifestealer's dead.
Oh, boy.
He's dead. No buyback. Parallel walls. Gets only Spirit Breaker. Ogre Magi ends up just eliminated by Lena. Four ways here. Illusions everywhere. Ogre immediately back.
Oh, the Desolator.
The Stygian Desolator gives Lena so much ability to do damage here. Goodbye, Viper. Lena just hit the Ancient. Somebody hit the Ancient. Okay.
Sorry,
Thank God. Oh my God.
Yeah, good one.
That was the ultimate troll the casters game. That was like, baby Schlarg, meet your new gods. Holy crap.
I don't feel particularly trolled, to be honest.
I do, because I feel like the moment they lost the first set of racks, it was already over for LDR.
Unless
I don't.
he's your pessimist.
That's true. The thing is with Lifestealer, he's not great at clearing waves. They have a great lineup for base defense, literally if they're all there. But that's the problem. It's like they could either defend base or push out. They really did not have the comp needed to do both, unfortunately for them. Which ended up basically being the case in practice there as well. They were really, really good at keeping guys off of the T-Force, keeping them off the Ancient. But they had no real serious ability to do anything else but that. Even when they were winning fights, they couldn't even like go out to the jungle, which they really needed to do because they were actually still kind of down for net worth there, right? A lot of them not actually 6 slotted yet. They couldn't even go out to the jungle with the space they had because they needed all hands on deck constantly to defend, and they could never get the megas back out of their base basically.
Right.
To that end, even if they had gotten Rapier on Lifestealer, I still don't think they actually could have done it because again, they could have just knocked down the racks and mid, sure. Probably done a number on the T4s, but but Lifestealer would have had to back, or else the T4s on their side and the Ancient would have just died to megas. And there's a very good chance somebody could have just, like Lena who had him, could have just boots traveled in and just instantly won while they were out.
Potentially, yeah. That's life.
That's life in the big city. Really, really the big moment here though is just the anti-mage getting let through. As much as I hate to say it, for a game that went on an hour, I do feel because it really sucks to hear the words I'm about to say. If you fought for 60 goddamn minutes plus goddamn minutes, right? It's a hard thing to say for a game that went on 60 minutes, but I think this one was kind of decided in draft. That anti-mage was just so inevitable. They only killed him once through the whole game. That anti-mage was such an inevitability that no matter what they did, no matter what they could have possibly did, they always had that anti-mage running against them. Always had that anti-mage making things worse. And when the Megas came up, for sure, they couldn't do anything anymore because he could have, like, even if they push out, anti-mage can just blink to the back, kill 4 pretty easily. Without Lifestealer, they cannot stop him. Kill 4 and just win, you know?
Right.
So, yeah. I think that was really the long and short of this game. I feel like this is kind of over in pick. They did do a very good job trying to turn around in the mid game, especially after early game. For their early game team was such a disaster for them, and they did, you know, to their credit, they definitely didn't have a morale break here, right? They were definitely very, very hungry to get on because if they had 2-0'd Doomed here, I'm pretty sure they would have been in a very good position to try and get onto the actual bracket. As it stands, they're still in contention for 8th place, but only in contention. And depending on how the other games went today,
A very specific scenario to happen.
right, depending on how the games went today, they might be out of it anyway. But yeah, that's the long and short of it. Anything to say about that?
Nothing more.
All right. Well, special thanks to the folks in the Backdoor Boys who ended up joining us in the chat today. With that all being said, as as it always goes, as the old saying always goes, if you or somebody you know wants to learn Dota 2 at a casual or more competitive level, go to ld2l.gg to sign up. It's too late to get into this season because we have 2 weeks until the bracket, and this is one of those weeks. So next week is 7, week after is a bracket. Too late to get on, but you can always be a stand-in. We're always looking for stand-ins. We actually had a game here that went out because there were not enough stand-ins, right? So always looking for more stand-ins of all possible roles, especially at cores. We're definitely seem to be a shortage of core stand-ins. So if you're really good at 1, 2, or 3, call now. Sign up, get on, have some fun, and join up next season. ld2l.gg.
Yep.
And Combination Bean says, that was a problematic anti-mage, posting a lot of slurs online. It's not very nice, Bismarck. Come on now. It's true, yeah, he's Otto von Bismarck. He's just a product of his time. It's just because he's like 300 years old.
Yeah.
Chataya R says AM is British. I think Chataya R is one of the people in one of the teams, but I'm not really sure who it is, unfortunately.
Sad.
I remember
for
it being
whoever that is.
somebody. I remember it being somebody. Chataya is somebody. But yeah. Otto is a product of his time. He's a product of the 1800s. Otto von Bismarck not only sounds German, he unified Germany. Before Otto von Bismarck, there was no Germany. I mean, well, there was a Germany. It was just an expression, rather, like a geographical entity and culture, rather than a, it won't tell you where he worked during the Cold War.
Okay.
But then we're getting the history here. My dissertation was on Prussian dominance from 48 to 71. Is that Bismarck? Bismarck, that you? Wait a minute. Is that the man himself here? Man of the hour? Man with the power? I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Hey,
Yeah,
how's it going?
we'll be waiting. We'll be waiting 2 minutes to find that out. Again, we're getting some bonus content on the YouTube channel here, I guess. The post-game stream chat here. This stream chat was sponsored by NordVPN.
Seems Luth versus Pouch had a forfeit too.
Jeez.
One of the games got forfeited.
Who
I think game 2 happened, but then game 1 was forfeited. I don't know. I don't look at results.
I guess that's true.
I just know that game
Well,
1
I
was
think
forfeited.
I think it's fine to know the results in the case of a forfeit. As far as that goes, I'll just ask probably ask Iceman or something who blew it off.
Right.
Alright, this chat was sponsored by NordVPN. Use the code Randy to get 0% off. Dial Don't do that!
0% off.
Don't dial 911 for information on LT2.
Yeah, please don't dial 911. It's a bad idea.
Yep. The only shame is that we're just perennially 2 minutes behind the stream chat, but that'll end now
That's
because
life.
stream and recording are over now. We'll see you next time for whatever game we get next, which probably just it's going to depend on who asks me for it the most over time.
Yep.